All right, everybody, welcome to JG9 Live. Hope you guys are ready to have a lot of fun tonight over the next 90 or so minutes. My name is JG9, and we are about to play a little bit of trivia now on my YouTube channel and on Reddit. I've been showing off my football knowledge to you guys, and now it's time to flip the tables and see what you guys do, because this is a game show. I don't know why that keeps happening. Hang on. Here we go. But this is a game show, like anything else out there. You guys are going to have the opportunity to display your football knowledge and win cash prizes while doing so. Now, how the game works is like this. First off, you are going to need a Twitch account to play and win. If you don't have a Twitch account, you've got some time to sign up for one while I go over the rules and the format of the game. Also, you're going to have to follow me in order to win, because if you win the game and you're not following me, I can't send you private messages about the payment, so make sure that you hit that follow button down below. We are going to play 4 preliminary rounds of multiple choice trivia. Each round will have 10 questions. Each question will have 4 possible answers. Your job is to pick the right one and click the right answer on your computer or your mobile device. You get points for answering correctly, but you lose points for an incorrect answer, so be smart about how fast you buzz in, or if you buzz in at all, just keep that in mind. You get more points for answering fast. So if you answer the question in 2 seconds, your total increases significantly more than if you answer in 13 seconds. And you will have 15 seconds to answer each question. I know some people are thinking it, but there is no incentive whatsoever to looking up the answers online, since you're only slowing down yourself and you're significantly limiting the number of points that you can receive. Now, I should note before going any further, if you are watching on YouTube, first off, welcome to the stream. We do this every Wednesday night. That is the simulcast version, so you can watch on YouTube, you can follow along there. The only way to play, though, is through Twitch. So you will want to head over to Twitch right now and make sure you create an account, completely free to play, completely free to win. Make sure that you are on Twitch if you do want to play. And I will link that right now in the chat if you do want to play. Again, if you are on YouTube, there is no way to physically play on YouTube, but you can watch along on YouTube. So with that being said, at the end of each round, whoever is the winner advances to the championship game. You have to win the round to make it. Win or go home. We are going to do this for 4 rounds, and assuming we have no duplicate winners or ties, we're going to have at least 4 players in the championship, but we have room for a few more players. And how are we getting any extra players, you may ask? Well, that is where the donations come into play. Now, before I go any further, I just want to emphasize, this is a completely free game. You do not need to pay anything whatsoever to play or win the cash prize. But if you do want to play, or do want to pay, this could be of interest to you. Now, throughout the night, you can donate by clicking that donate button down below. It will direct you to a Streamlabs website, which I will link right now in the chat. Whoever donates the most money gets a pass to the final. Additionally, anyone who donates $20 or more also automatically goes on to the final. So you donate $20 or more, you're automatically in. If you donate less than $20, you get to play in the knockout round HQ trivia style, where the last one standing gets the final spot. And why donate other than the fact you get a pass to the final? Well, that's because the winner of the 10-question multiple-choice championship wins 50% of all the donations. The larger the pot, the more money you have a chance at winning. It all depends on how much gets donated. I'll update everything manually as the night goes on, and we'll have a 5-minute halftime break and an 8-minute break entering the final round. So while you can donate throughout the night if you want, you can donate during those times as well. But again, I want to emphasize this. This is a completely free game. You do not need to pay anything whatsoever to play or win. There is no buy-in, nothing like that. You can donate nothing and still win the cash prize, but obviously the more money in the pool, the more money you have a chance at winning. And also the only way to make it into the final if you do not qualify via the preliminary rounds is through the donation leaderboard. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you have a Twitch account and you are playing along on Twitch if you do want to play. Tonight, we already have $45 in the pot, which can increase as the night goes on, so this should be a fun night. And thank you for the follow, Colt DeBolty, Vortex the Shark, Starlight Searcher, and Flare Wolf. Thank you so much for the follows. With that being said, are there any questions in the chat about how the game works? So we have a few new players. Are there any questions in the chat about how this game works as I load up the first quiz of the night? I should also note the game works on computer. I'm watching on a second monitor right now. Probably have your best bet on computer. The final is not HQ Trivia style. So the final is just among the finalists who has the highest score. Can you play this on your phone while watching the stream? You should be able to, yeah. Yeah. So how this works, so you're just going to click the answer on the screen as it pops up. You should be seeing something on your screen that says Quiz Kit, open and kickoff, and there should be a clip art of a trophy. If you cannot see that, please let me know. And all you're going to do is click the answer as it pops up on the screen. The top score in the first round gets the first spot in the final. First shot is things stamped at $45 cash prize. So just something to keep in mind. But I should note, the game works on computer. It works on mobile. Just make sure you update to the latest version of the Twitch app. It does not work on tablet. It does not work on smart TV. So if you do want to play on tablet or TV, you will want to switch to a different device now because the answers will not pop up. But if you cannot, you don't type it in the chat. No, you click the answer on the screen. So Cole, can you see something that says Quiz Kit, open and kick off? And there's like a clip art of a trophy. There's like a logo of a trophy. If you can see that, then what's going to happen is that you're going to click the answer on the screen when it pops up. You don't type it in the chat. If you type it in the chat, there's no way of identifying how many points you're going to get. You get points for answering correctly. You lose points for an incorrect answer. You don't have to answer a question if you don't know it. You can always skip the question. So just something to keep in mind. All right, and again, if you are a first-time player, what I need you to do, try on phone. Try on phone. It should work. It works on computer. I know that for a fact. Phone, it does work. Just update to the latest version of the app. We'll give it a few more minutes while some people are trickling in. Again, the winner of the first round takes the first free spot in the final. If you are a first-time player, what I also need you to do is there should be a box on the top right corner of your screen that says see your name on the leaderboard. I need you to click on that box and then click grant permission. If you don't do that, I have no way of identifying who you are. You just show up as anonymous on the screen. What about Chromebook? That's a good question. I think Chromebook is if you can see the Quiz Kit thing, it works. If you can see Quiz Kit open and kick off, then it works. Isn't loading for mobile Twitch. Make sure you have the latest version of the Twitch app. Make sure that you have the latest version of the app. But I guess Chromebook, if you can see the Quiz Kit open and kick off thing, then it should work. Yeah, I saw the Italy play. I saw crazy defense there. Just pass it into your own net. All right. This first round is called Open and Kickoff. It's how every game of JG9 Live starts. There is no central theme whatsoever to the questions, so they can be about anything and everything relating to the NFL. We're going to be going all over the place for this one. Again, the scores reset at the end of each round. Whoever has the top score after one round moves on to the final, and then we do it all over again for 3 more rounds. All right, we're going to start this game, as Styles Clash always says, let's get this spread. Good luck to everyone, and here we go. Question number 1. Let's get it. Of the 4 players from the 2007 NFL Draft to be chosen out of LSU, who was chosen first? Jamarcus Russell, Dwayne Bowe, Craig Davis, LaRon Landry. Again, click the right answer on your computer or your mobile device. The faster you answer, the more points you can receive or lose if you get it wrong. If you don't know it, you can skip it. Sometimes skipping is your best play. Burrow is about 5 years old at this point. I love I did watch part 1. I loved it. The stories of the drunk players, I did not know that. I was blown away by that. Jamarcus Russell, the right answer here. He was the first player taken in the draft entirely. And I will show the scores for questions 5, 8, 9, and then at the very end of each round. Question number 2. Who was the first quarterback in NFL history to throw for at least 5,000 yards in a single season? Peyton Manning, Dan Marino, Drew Brees, Tom Brady. Though I will say, I was kind of shocked they glossed over a lot of the Van Brocklin era. They glossed over a lot of it. I haven't even seen the new CUSA logo. If they unveiled it today, I have not seen the new CUSA logo. Let's see. Oh, that's it? Oh. No, that looks way cleaner. That looks way cleaner. Dan Marino's the answer. It's a subtle upgrade, but it's an upgrade. Dan Marino is the right answer here. Yeah, women's team does not look good. I'm expecting to get shellacked by Sweden. There's no offensive identity whatsoever. They can't finish in the final third. They can't string together more than 3 passes. They play selfishly. They're not winning. Question number 3. Of the 4 defensive linemen chosen in the first round of the 2020 NFL Draft, who was chosen first? Javon Kinlaw, Caleb Von Chason, Derek Brown, Chase Young. And that's it for the softball questions. I mean, you never know. You never know. You never know. All right. When do you see Stetson Bennett getting some regular season play this season? Not unless there's an injury to Stafford. Right answer here. He was the number 2 pick in the draft. It was Chase Young. Chase Young. Again, the scores reset the end of each round, so if this is not your strongest round, don't worry. Everything resets to 0. We take the top score, we send them on to the final, and then we do it all over again. Question number 4, and each round is different. Each round is different in terms of the style. What is the only team in NFL history that has had multiple quarterbacks throw for 7 touchdowns in a game? Bears, Broncos, Eagles, or Giants? 7 touchdown games have not happened often. This team is the only one to have it happen twice. Yeah, we've had people that they win a round. There's one round that they finish with like negative 100,000, then round 3 or 4 they win. So don't worry, each round resets. Playing well and call it first Hawaii Bank tonight. Oh, wow. Philadelphia Eagles are the right answer here. Nick Foles and Adrian Burke. Adrian Burke in 1954, but Nick Foles in 2013, the last one to do it. Question number 5. I'm going to show the scores after this question. See where we stand, but let's see question number 5 first. What is the only AFC West team that head coach Marvin Lewis ever faced in the playoffs? Raiders, Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers. Your own 4 so far. Don't worry. Again, each round is different, and trust me, these questions are hard. These questions are hard. If you're already playing this game, you're already in the top 1% of NFL fans. Trust me. These questions, I had to make them very, very hard because you guys have crushed it over the last 3 years. All right, the right answer here, the only AFC West team was the Chargers in the 2013 wildcard round. 2013 wildcard round. Yeah, still the pre-merger and the pop culture. Still have those. Though I think pop culture, you guys are going to get this one. But we'll do that in a bit. Let's see the scores. Egginator, Styles Clash, Ted, BW Fuck, Bruce Honecker, Lombardi, J-May, Jimmy P, J-Wex. Oh, man, you're all crushing it. Yeah, this is your first time. We do this every Wednesday night. We give away some money, and don't worry. We absolutely, trust me, there are certain rounds. I would say 100,000 point rule. It's never happened before in round 1. Usually the second half weeds people out, so we'll see. But 100,000 point rule does apply if we get to that point. Question number 6. In their 35-14 win over the 49ers in the 1996 divisional, who was the only player on the Packers to score multiple touchdowns? Antonio Freeman, Desmond Howard, Edgar Bennett, Andre Bad Moon Rising. Virginia, Tennessee. I would cover that game. Virginia, Tennessee, covering that one. Yeah, rest in peace, Pee Wee Herman. To be dealing with that silently for 6.5 years, I mean, I can't even imagine. Great comedian. Edgar Bennett is the right answer here. Edgar Bennett was the only one to score multiple touchdowns in this game. If the Southwest Conference was still around where the title game be, my guess would probably be AT&T Stadium, where the Cowboys play. Andre Rison started with the Jags in 96. Why did they keep him? He was a head case. Tom Coughlin. He wasn't trying. Tom Coughlin wanted... Sent a message. Rison was not good with the Jaguars. He was not good. He was a head case. Question number 7. Pre-merger question. There's always one of these. Here we go. The only game in franchise history that the Louisville Brecks won was a 1922 contest against what team? Toledo Maroons, Evansville Crimson Giants, Providence Steamroller, Racine Legion. It's actually funny. The moment they cut Rison, that was when they started winning their games. All right. If you don't know this, leave. You're not a true NFL fan. Why don't you Misfits stick with the Cowboys? They had injuries, and they had so many receivers. Evansville Crimson Giants. If you don't know that, you're not a real Louisville Brecks fan. You have the Crimson Giants, who have the New York Brickley Giants also. You had a lot of teams named the Giants in the NFL. Question number 8, pop culture question. Here we go. There's always one of these. Who conducted the coin flip for all of the 1 o'clock games during week 1 of the 2001 season via satellite? George W. Bush, George H.W. Bush, Paul Tagliabue, or Buzz Aldrin? For every 1 o'clock game, this man conducted the coin flip via satellite, and whatever it landed on, That was the result for every single game at 1 o'clock. The man did it from the White House lawn, and it was the current president at the time, George W. Bush, just 2 days before September 11th. Just 2 days before. He replaced the refs for that week, and then they called off it because of they didn't want to be striking during September 11th. So we did have replacement refs for 1 week. Let's see the scores. 2 questions to go. BW Fox, that's why I said 100,000 point rule. It doesn't really happen with that. BW Fox, Jeff Mann, J-Wex, Bruce Honecker, Ted in the top 5. Pretty close. Pretty close contest. We'll see what happens with the final 2 questions for the first spot in the final. Here we go. Question number 9. What was the only AFC East team that the Buffalo Bills swept during the 1998 season? Patriots, Dolphins, Colts, Jets. Yeah, week 2 became week 17. And then everything else was as normal. The only AFC East team that the Bills swept in 98. Scotty's saying boo on that one. This is the Bills swept. This is the Bills swept them. So this was the Bills doing a good thing. And if you went with the obvious one of thinking the Colts were 3-13 that year, you were right. It was the Colts. It was the Colts. All right. Let's see those scores. 1 question to go. Oh, no, the Jets swept the Bills. The Jets swept them. BW Falcon first. Jeff Mann in second by about 10,000. Let's see what happens here. Final question of round 1 for the first spot in the final. Yeah, pre-merger and pop culture or why there's never 100,000 point. Also, I significantly upped the difficulty for the second half versus the first half. We want to get guys warmed up. Final question of the first round. Here we go. 3-time Pro Bowl quarterback Frank Ryan played for 3 teams in his career. Who's the odd one out? Who did he not play for? Eagles, Los Angeles Rams, Cleveland Browns, or Washington? Who did he never play for? Who is taking that first spot in the final for that $45 cash prize? The shot at that. Again, every score resets at the end of each round, so don't worry if this was not your strongest round. Each round is different. Each round is very, very different. We're actually playing round 4, a brand new game. We're playing a brand new game for round 4. We've never played it before. I think you guys are going to like it, though. Eagles, never played for the Eagles. Thoughts on Nickelodeon doing the Super Bowl? I think it's kind of pointless. I'll explain a bit more after I explain the rules for round 2, but I think it's kind of pointless, and I think it's going to backfire on them. Eagles are the right answer. BW Falk, by 1,000 points, gets it right. He got the question wrong. Jeff Mann got it right, but not fast enough. So BW Falk, congratulations. You are taking the first spot in the final for a Shaw's Things stand at that $45 cash prize. Congratulations to you. What a crazy close game. Off of this, JX only about 1,000 away from the 69,420. Let's see the scores overall. 30 in the positives, only 7 in the negatives. All right, not bad. Not bad, you guys. Not bad. All right, time for round number 2. Before we start the next round, just a friendly reminder that you have to be following me in order to win, so I can send you a private message after the game, and we can talk about the payment. Also, before we start the next round, I just want to take a quick moment to explain which screen had it. What those stretch goals are. Here we go. The stretch goals you notice in the right corner. We're going to have some extra incentives for our winner if we can hit certain donation objectives. We're already at 100, we're already at $90. If we hit 125, you win the game. You get to pick a round of your choosing for next time. So if you like one of the games that we play, like Aerial Edition, Final Fill, you like one of those games, $125, you can do that. 150, you get to pick a year for the year is. That's 10 questions on any year in NFL history. You get to pick the year. $200, a team for Team Roulette, the round we're about to play. 10 questions on any team in NFL history. And $250, you get to pick a team of your choosing and a round of your choosing for next time. Just something to keep in mind. With that being said, time for round number 2. This game is called Team Roulette. As you guys know, if you played before, every game at JG9 Live features this round. How it works is that early in the week, I randomly spin a wheel. And whatever team it lands on, all 10 questions in that round are going to be about that team. And for this one, let me first adjust the screen on YouTube. Here we go. For this one, let's see what we got. 10 questions on the... Load up that wheel. Here we go. What team is it landed on? 10 questions on the Chicago Bears. Okay, 10 questions on the Bears. Any Bears fans in the chat? Any Bears fans in the chat? See, why I think this won't work for Nickelodeon is because, first off, people watch the Super Bowl in parties. Like, you watch playoff games, like, with the family and whatnot. You watch it with family. But Super Bowl, you watch at parties. No one's watching the Nickelodeon broadcast at a party. They're going to watch the CBS broadcast. The other thing with Nickelodeon is that either this will fail in the sense that you won't get good ratings because people watch the main broadcast, or it will fail in the sense that it will take people away from the CBS broadcast, meaning CBS will get less money per 30-second advertisement because you can't show the ads on Nickelodeon that you would show on CBS because you're not showing beer ads on Nickelodeon. So, I think they didn't think this one through. As much as I love the Nickelodeon broadcast, I will watch the Super Bowl Nickelodeon version afterwards. I won't watch it in real time like I do for the other games, but I will, I'm not crazy about this idea. All right, let's start this round. Good luck to everyone, and here we go. 10 questions on the history of the Bears, and then we'll take our halftime break. Good luck to everyone, and here we go. Question number 1 for the second spot in the final. In the 21st century, what's the only team that the Bears have faced on the road in the playoffs? Panthers, Seahawks, Saints, or Eagles? Nate Burleson's doing the game. I don't know if No Eagles is doing anything anymore because he's now with NBC. So I don't know. They might have to find someone new, which would stink because they didn't know it were a phenomenal combo. But I don't know if No Eagles is going to do play-by-play for these Nickelodeon games anymore. By pure coincidence, this happened to be the first Nickelodeon game, the Bears against the Saints. By pure coincidence. Will Raycom provide the CW with graphics packages for the ACC games? I don't think so. I think CW's building, like, if it was just them doing ACC, that'd be one thing. But I think CW, they're doing so many different sports, they're just going to build their own graphics package from scratch. Question number 2. At least I would think so. In the post-merger era, so 1970 to present, who is the only player in Bears history to have a season leading the NFL in rushing yards? Walter Payton, Matt Forte, Neil Anderson, or Thomas Jones? Nick should have done the Peacock game, but doesn't work contractually. See, I like Nickelodeon as an alternative. The thing with Nickelodeon is that I love watching it. If the Jaguars ever played the Nickelodeon game, I would not watch the Nickelodeon broadcast. I like Nickelodeon as an alternative, like a once-a-year thing. I don't want my team playing on it. I wouldn't watch a broadcast with my team on it, with actual stakes. But low stakes, no stakes, I'm fine with it. Walter Payton, right answer, 1977, the only time a Bears running back in the post-merger era has led the league in rushing yards. As we go to question number 3. The Pumbaa Bowl. I do not remember that. I do remember, like, they did, like Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. They did something like that. Was that 06? I don't know. In a 1986 game, what Packers player infamously delivered a late hit on quarterback Jim McMahon, ending his season? Robert Brown, Tim Harris, Charles Martin, or Alfonso Carricker? I agree. He should have gone to jail time for this. I agree. This was not a football. This was not an inherent risk to the sport. This was not an inherent risk to the sport. This was assault. This was flat-out assault. The right answer here is Charles Martin. Charles Martin. Will Nick show the halftime show? We'll put it with Slime. I'm guessing the halftime show is going to be legit. The halftime show will be that. But my guess is that it won't be anything risque. You won't take any chances with that. Question number 4. Of his 4 seasons as the head coach of the Bears, during which one did Jim Dooley have the best record? 68, 69, 70, or 71? If McMahon stayed healthy, I think the Bears go back-to-back. Maybe. I definitely think they got a shot. I definitely think they got a shot of doing it. Do a story on the Charles Martin thing, it's too well known. There's nothing I can add that hasn't been said already. There's very little I can add. No team will give Ruggs another chance. No team will give him. 1968 is the right answer. They were 7-7 that year. 71, they were 6-8. I don't think any team gives Ruggs a chance. Nor should they. He'll also be at that point like 7 years out of the league. Question number 5. The Chicago Bears have spent 3 first-round picks on offensive players from Michigan. Who's the odd one out? Don Lund, David Terrell, Dave Berman, or Jim Harbaugh? The 86 were statistically better than 85. 85 had more peaks and more valleys. So, like, you have the Bucks game week 1, you have the Dolphins game Monday Night Football. Nothing risque, just a live-action Ren and Stimpy show. Yeah, but the Spike TV version. The Spike TV version of Ren and Stimpy. Dave Berman is our answer here. I still believe that we don't talk about the 85 Bears defense if the Dolphins beat the Patriots in the AFC Championship like everyone thought they would. That's why I have the 2000 Ravens over the 85 Bears. Because I think the Ravens would have beaten any single team. Bears, I don't think they would be in the Dolphins in the Super Bowl. Doc Frazier in first. Styles Clash only about 203 points behind. Scotty in third. J-Wex, Ray Baltimore on rounding out our top 5. Biggest Bears draft bust not named Curtis Enos. Yeah. Funny story. I mean, K. McNown also, but funny story about Enos is that the Jags tried to trade up to get him. They didn't. They weren't able to pull it off, and they had to settle for their next best running back, a guy by the name of Fred Taylor, which I think worked out for them pretty well. Question number 6. Of the 4 quarterbacks to start a game for the Chicago Bears in 1986, who started the fewest number of games? Steve Fuller, Jim McMahon, Doug Flutie, Mike Tomczak. Who started the fewest number of games for the Bears in 86? All these guys started a game at QB. Who started the fewest number? 1980s were a great time to be from Chicago. Super Bowl Shuffle, John Hughes films, Rise of Cubbies fandom, Siskel and Ebert. You forgot to mention MJ. Michael Jordan. You forgot to mention Jordan. Doug Flutie started 1 game. Started 1 game in the regular season. Tomczak started 7. McMahon started 6. Fuller started 2. So Flutie is the right answer here. Question number 7. How many separate stints did George Halas have as the head coach of the Bears? 3, 4, 5, or 6? How many separate stints? So it's like John Gruden had 2 separate stints with the Raiders. How many separate stints did George Halas have in Chicago? The right answer here, 4. 1920 to 29, 1933 to 42, 46 to 55, 58 to 67. 4 separate stints. 4 10-year stints. I didn't realize that. 4 10-year stints exactly. Didn't realize that. Question number 8. The Chicago Bears have spent 3 first-round picks on offensive players from USC. Who's the odd one out? Curtis Conway, Keith Van Horn, Norm Stanley, or Mike Hull? Who does not fit the bill of a first-round pick from USC that the Bears drafted on offense? The right answer is the guy that went to Stanford, not USC. And that guy was a player by the name of Norm Stanley. Mike Hull was 1968 out of USC. Keith Van Horn 81. Curtis Conway 93. Stanley was out of Stanford. Just got a Macklin on this football group. That is awesome. I've not played it yet. I've been so busy. I had to put the video out and then do the trivia questions and everything. Ready to score 221. Okay. All right. I have not seen the grid yet, so I gotta see. Styles Clash in first. Doc Frazier. Scotty. Real Skillin in fourth. J-Wex in the top 5. Good job, Real Skillin. I have not seen your name before in the top 5. We got a close one. Looks like a 3-horse race, though, as we go to question number 9 for the second spot in the final. Who is going to join BW Fuck? Let's see. What was the only season in the 1920s where the Bears had a losing record? 24, 27, 28, or 29? Bears had a winning record in 9 out of 10 seasons in the 1920s. There was one season where they didn't. What was that season? Staying away from this one. Bears have to have the worst history of QB. I mean, Luckman, and that's about it. I mean, McMahon was decent, Cutler was decent, but considering how long they've been around, yeah. Buccaneers would have been the answer if not for Brady. 29 is the right answer here. They were 4-9-2. Could UCF make the Big 12 championship? I mean, possibly. Possibly. It wouldn't shock me. Styles Clash in first. I don't think they will, but it wouldn't shock me. Doc Frazier in second. Styles Clash stayed away from that one. Still in first place. Here we go. Final question of the second round, rather. Here we go. At the 1940 NFL Championship, the Bears had a whopping 8 interceptions. Who is the only player to record multiple picks? Ray McLean, George McAfee, Bulldog Turner, or Joe Manikai? Lions QBs, I mean, look, you got Bob Lane, you got Stafford, you got Greg Landry. You had some decent options. Had some decent QBs for a bit. It's obviously not great, but you got a Hall of Famer in there. Stafford, you got. George McAfee related to Pat? I do not believe so. Joe is the right answer here. He had 2 picks, and everyone else had 1. Eric Kramer. That's a blast from the past. All right, let's see. Round number 2. Scotty with the win, 69,790. Got that one right. Actually, Cole got that one right the fastest. But Scotty wins the round over Styles Clash, and Scotty is taking the 2nd spot in the final. All right. Let me adjust the screen. Congratulations, Scotty. All right. 2 rounds down, 2 more to go. We're going to hit our halftime break, so I'll put 5 minutes on the clock. If you have any questions about anything at all, just fire away in the chat. I'll be happy to answer. I'll also take this moment to plug my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my channel for daily content on NFL history that you will not find anywhere else. In terms of what's on the agenda, tomorrow, no clue what the video is going to be on, but we will see. I did put out a video today about the Eagles-Ravens 2001 preseason game that got canceled because of poor turf. That was a Patreon request, so go check that out if you haven't already. I put out 2 videos yesterday to celebrate the Vikings' secret base documentary release. 2 videos from the 1960s that were not covered by the documentary, so go check that out if you haven't already. A lot of content on JG9, content on JG8 and JG7 coming soon. I can confirm that. And also make sure JG9shop.com for all your official Jaguar Game 9 merchandise. Again, $20 or more gets you into the final automatically. Less than $20, you play a knockout round, entering the final, or you play a knockout round, entering the final spot. If you do donate, though, between $10 and $19, you get a power up for rounds 3 and 4. And how that works, all you got to do is come to the top 5. So if you donate between $10 and $19 in the next 5 minutes, all you got to do is come inside the top 5 in either of those rounds. Round 4 is a brand new game that I think you guys are going to like. Just got to come to the top of those rounds, and you're automatically in. So with that being said, I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock. Let me just adjust the YouTube screen. Here we go. 5-minute timer. If you got any questions, fire away. Starts right now. Are the Bears supposed to be sold after Virginia passes away? I'm not sure. Grover Quinn, yes, I do. Or Glover Quinn. I remember him from the Texans for batting down the Hail Mary. I do remember that. Thoughts on the potential of Washington and Oregon leaving the Pac-12 for the Big Ten? Honestly, I got no problem with it. At this point, the Pac-12 is a mess. It's in shambles. They got no TV deal. The fact they don't have anything is crazy. I love how they said they weren't going to talk about TV at the they didn't want to announce the TV deal at the Pac-12 Media Day because they wanted to keep the focus on the players and the football. Yeah, that's a complete lie. That's a complete lie. It means you have nothing. Here's your first time. Don't worry. You're totally fine. UNLV Michigan or Texas A&M Miami? A&M Miami. I think UNLV Michigan's going to be a bloodbath. Stafford Hall of Famer? No, not at all. Not the slightest bit. He's not a Hall of Famer. Got 2 nervous about creating a resume and let the underdog fantasy just slip by my fingers. Oh, that stings. There'll be other opportunities, though. World Strangest Football Stories, 93 pages. Ooh. I'll have to check that out. Is Rivers a Hall of Famer? No, absolutely not. The bar for me, for quarterbacks to never make the Super Bowl, there's only 2 that have ever been in the Hall of Fame that have never made the Super Bowl. Only two in the post-merger era. And that is Dan Fouts, and that is Warren Moon. Dan Fouts led the league in passing yards 4 straight years. He was the best quarterback in football. Warren Moon, blackballed from the league for a decade, and then won awards left, right, and center once he got into the NFL. Rivers is not one of those. Rivers is not a Hall of Famer. He's all very good, but he is not a Hall of Famer. I cannot justify putting it... the bar is Fouts and Moon. That's the bar. And Rivers is not at that bar. He is not at that bar. Do I think the Patriots receiver group will be improved this year? I like Tyquan Thornton, so I think he's going to make the jump. I liked him coming out of college, so I think he improves. So by default, I would say yes. Rodgers Hall of Fame. No. What has Aaron Rodgers ever done? What has Aaron Rodgers ever done outside of winning 4 MVPs and all-decade team and whatnot? No, he's not getting. He's first ballot. Rodgers is first ballot. Suns would be a good secret-based doc topic if they go NBA next. Oh, that'd be phenomenal. They could do a lot with the Suns. 7 seconds or less Suns, they could do a lot with. Roethlisberger, yes. Eli, yes. Roethlisberger is, and Eli is. Should Brady make the Hall of Fame? I mean, look. I like the guy a lot. I like Brady a lot. Gave me some good memories. But Kyle Brady is not a Hall of Famer. Not even close. Kyle Brady is not a Hall. Now is Brady quit. Thoughts on the T-backs getting Paul Sewell? Thoughts on the new Suns jerseys? There were back-to-back Phoenix questions. Suns jerseys, love them. I just wish they kept more of that burst, but I do like the Suns jerseys. I think they're pretty clean. D-backs getting Paul. Look, we need a reliever. We got control of him for some time. He's not a rental, which is good. You got control. Didn't really give a whole lot. Josh Rojas, he was not getting it done. Ryan Bliss, I was never too high on him. Dominic Canzone's the one that I'm upset that we got rid of, but look, he was log jammed. There were so many outfielders on the team. Alec Thomas, Corbin Carroll, Jake McCarthy. You got Dominic Fletcher coming up soon. Lourdes Gurriel, who I don't know if we're going to resign or not, but he's there. You got Drew Jones in the pipeline. Yeah, Canzone was never going to get consistent playing time. We need a closer badly. You can have going 7, 8, 9, McGuff. Have McGuff going 7, Ginkel going 8, and then Sewell in the 9th. Yeah, let's do it. Let's absolutely do it. Be interesting today because Slade is making his debut. Slade Ciccone is making his debut, so we'll see how that goes. Arizona had no need for another outfielder. I mean, to be fair, we didn't have a need for another outfielder. That is true. Having said that, we gave up nothing. And we had no good depth on the bench in terms of pinch hitting, in terms of any of that. Tommy Pham provides that. Yes, he's a rental. Yes, he's going to be gone after the year. But we gave up nothing. It was a 1-for-1 swap for a 17-year-old shortstop that wasn't even ranked. So I was confused at the time of the trade, and then once the details came out, I was like, it can't hurt. Steelers were in Super Bowl 7 to beat the Dolphins. I think so. Thoughts on the Varsho trade to Toronto early in the year? I think the D-backs won that one easily. Gurriel was just a throw-in piece, and he's an all-star. Varsho has not been playing great, and he was going to be log-jammed anyway with all the outfielders here. Plus, on top of that, the real catch was Gabriel Moreno. That's the real catch. 6 years of control for Gabriel Moreno, who is the best defensive catcher in the National League in terms of throwing guys out. And on top of that, he's got a pretty good bat. Yeah, he's hurt right now. Hopefully he comes back soon because Carson Kelly and Jose Herrera are the 2 worst catchers in baseball. But it was really Varsho for Moreno and Gurriel, and that is an insane haul. Bengals, good secret-based documentary. Absolutely. Matt Ryan, Hall of Famer? No. All right, round number 3. We're going to play a game that we played many times before. This game is called 4th and 10. I put the wrong thing in. Hang on. Give me one quick second. My apologies. I put the wrong thing in. Here we go. 4th and 10. How this game works is like this. I'm going to name a stat, and I'm going to name 4 players. Your job is to tell me which player that statistic applies to. The catch is that all four players are the same for all 10 questions. So as an example, if I were to say the 4 players for every question are, let's say Joe Montana, Trevor Lawrence, let's say Sony Michel, and let's go with Adam Vinatieri. Let's go that. 1 MVP of the Super Bowl, Joe Montana would apply to that. First overall pick in the draft, you would say Trevor Lawrence. Was a running back, Sony Michel. Was a kicker, Adam Vinatieri. Stuff like that. Now the catch, again, all 10 questions are the same for all 4 players. And for this one, we're doing 4 quarterbacks, 10 questions on 4 quarterbacks from the 1980s. Phil Simms, Dave Craig, Ken O'Brien, Tommy Kramer. That's the answer for everything, as the Marlins just tied it up. I know someone in this chat will be very happy about that. From 5-0 down, Jorge Soler. Wow. Wow, epic choke job by the Phillies. With that being said, Phil Simms, Dave Craig, Ken O'Brien, Tommy Kramer. Again, do not go on autopilot for this one. I don't control where the answers pop up. They can be the top left, like Dave Craig could be top left corner for one, bottom right corner for another. I don't control that, so make sure that you read the names and not the spots. Can everyone see the quiz thing? If you can't see it, let me know. How is Big Ten Network and I, Richmond, Michigan State, and UTEP Northwestern? Usually they have an alternate broadcast. It's Big Ten Network and then Big Ten alternate. College football trivia? Yeah. Some point down the road. Some point down the road I would consider it. I would have to hire a team for that. I'd have to hire a team for to do trivia for other sports. Because I want to do it, but it's just so time consuming. All right. Let's do this. Good luck to everyone. Here we go. Again, name the player that applies to that stat. Question number 1 for the third spot in the final. Let's do it. Spend his entire career with the same team. Dave Craig, Phil Simms, Ken O'Brien, Tommy Kramer. Richmond Spiders to the SEC. I mean, I could see Sunbelt. I could see the Sunbelt. I actually see no reason why they couldn't go Sunbelt. But SEC, that's a long ways away. Long ways away. All right, here we go. So wanting back to the SEC. Too scared to add him. Phil Simms, right answer here. Thoughts on Nickelodeon doing a kid-specific broadcast for the Super Bowl? Look, I just don't think it's going to work. I don't think people are going to watch because people watch the Super Bowl with parties, and they're not going to show the Nickelodeon broadcast. And on top of that, you're not going to show the same ads they would on CBS for the Nickelodeon broadcast. Question number 2. Was not drafted in the first round of the NFL draft. Ken O'Brien, Dave Craig, Phil Simms, Tommy Kramer. Odds if the Pac-12 folds. I don't know about fold, but it won't look the same. I would say 33%. I give it a 1 in 3 shot. Campbell fighting Camels to the Big Ten. I'm upset they're in the Colonial now. I'm upset they're now in the Big South. I don't like the rebrand either. The rebrand is way too clean for a team named the Camels. I like the original logo better. Dave Craig. He was undrafted. Everyone else was a first-round pick. Everyone else was a first-round pick. We got over 45 people. Thank you so much for that. Well, still, it would take time to hop on stream and do all that and set all the screens up. Question number 3. Had a season where he led the NFL completion percentage. Phil Simms, Tommy Kramer, Ken O'Brien, Dave Craig. The other 67% for the Pac-12 thing. That they poached the Mountain West. That's the other 67%. They poach Mountain West schools. And the Mountain West poaches the Big Sky, and the circle of life just repeats itself. And Mountain West poaches Missouri Valley and Big Sky, and it just goes like that. Right answer here is Dave Craig. Dave Craig went to Milman College in Wisconsin. Just 30. Yeah, it doesn't even exist. It didn't exist when Craig was in the Craig was in the league. It didn't exist. It collapsed like 3 years after he joined the Seahawks. Question number 4. Dave Craig, by the way, 1991. That was the right answer. Made the Pro Bowl in his final season in the NFL. Phil Simms, Ken O'Brien, Tommy Kramer, or Dave Craig. Will become the Power 4. Power 4. Depends on who the Pac-12 adds. Could I see Idaho to the Mountain West? I could see it. Because I think the Mountain West... What I think could happen is the Pac-12 poaches schools from the Mountain West. And then the Mountain West poaches schools from the Big Sky. And conferences like that. And I could see Idaho being one of those schools. Phil Simms, 1993, made the Pro Bowl his final season. Ken O'Brien is Ken Anderson. Yeah, one was way better than the other. Has a team ever jumped from FCS straight to Power 5? I do not believe so. I do not believe a team has jumped straight to. Question number 5. Never played on a team that made it to the conference championship. Ken O'Brien, Dave Craig, Phil Simms, Tommy Kramer. North Dakota State, I don't think will jump to the Pac-12. I think they like it in the Mountain West. Or not the Mountain West. I think if they were to jump, they would go Mountain West. But I think they like it in the Big Sky. I want them to jump to FBS, but if they do, it will be like academically, they're not fit for the Pac-12. Geographically, it'd be a bit of a region. I think Mountain West would make the most sense. San Diego State, I could say. San Diego State will be the first school that they poach. If they do poach, they will. MAC, now it's too far. You're playing schools in New York. You're playing Buffalo and whatnot. You're not going to be... North Dakota State would not fit in the MAC. Ken O'Brien is the right answer here. Kramer was on the Vikings. He didn't play that game, but he was on the Vikings in 1987 when they made it to the conference championship. But Ken O'Brien has never made it. Should have made it in 86 with the Jets. That double overtime choke. Question number 6. Oh, I forgot to show the scores. I'll do it after this question. Did not make it to multiple Pro Bowls in his career. Dave Craig, Ken O'Brien, Phil Simms, Tommy Kramer. The 85 Jets lost to the Pats in the wild card. The 82 Jets, it was still Richard Todd. He was not on the team. 83 was when O'Brien got drafted. 82 was when they made the conference championship. Where will Oregon and Washington go without those two? It's not Power 5, Big Ten. Now, remember when UMass played Gillette Stadium? In my mind, I still think that they do play at Gillette Stadium. In my mind, I still picture them playing at Gillette. Terrible fit, but it does. How's it going, Justin? Welcome to the stream. Predict the next 5 Super Bowl winners. Ken O'Brien wasn't a bust. He just wasn't Marino. But he wasn't a bust. He was a fine quarterback. Tommy Kramer, right answer. O'Brien made 2 Pro Bowls. Is known for saying, "Here we go." That was a fun video to do. They got rid of that segment, thank God. I wonder if they watched that video. All right. Let's see those scores now, because I forgot to show it before. Jeff Mann in first, Jay Wex in second, Bruce Honecker, Big Tiger, Scotty in third. I would consider O'Brien almost... I'm trying to think of a good comparison for O'Brien in terms of like how you look at him draft-wise. I'm trying to think of a good comparison. Not his play style, in terms of draft. Question 7. Did not start a game during his rookie season. Dave Craig, Tommy Kramer, Ken O'Brien, Phil Simms. I'm trying to think of a good comparison. I would say Ryan Tannehill in the sense of this. Good quarterback, had a pretty good career, but if you would do it all over again, you would obviously take Russell Wilson over him. Dave Craig is the right answer here. Dave Craig did not start a game as a rookie. Ryan Soderville, keep or Jeep? I would keep. I think that's probably the most apt comparison. Next 5 Super Bowl winners, Chiefs, and Chiefs. Not bad against Mahomes right now. Question 8. Had a season where he was named an AP All-Pro, either first or second team. O'Brien, Craig, Kramer, or Simms. D-backs, for those wondering, lead 2-0. Going into the bottom of the first. Bad base running mistake by Peterson, but it's fine. We got the second run in. So we'll see what Slade Ciccone can do. I'm interested to see him. See, he was pretty decent in Reno the last few outings. If just him or Brandon Fogg can get going, we might have our 5 in terms of... We might be okay in terms of pitchers, because Ryan Nelson's starting to pick things up. As Marsh just hit a home run for the Phillies, making it 7-5. Tommy Kramer is the right answer here. 1986. Texans, Colts, Titans, Texans, Titans. I hate you. I hate you. Hang on, I just gotta take care of a business thing really quickly. Sorry about that. Hang on. Sorry, I just gotta take care of something really quickly. There we go. Jeff Mann in first, Jay Wex in second. Jeff Mann, you're awfully close. You're awfully close if you want to try for that number. Who's better, QB, Tannehill, or Cousins? Cousins. Chiefs be the first NFL team to three-peat? I could see it. I mean, not been against Mahomes. Yeah, the business thing for those wondering, there was like a copyright issue with That's Good Sports, so I just had to. I'm gonna take care of him after that. I'm gonna help him out with. Had a game where he threw at least 6 touchdown passes. Ken O'Brien, Dave Craig, Phil Simms, Tommy Kramer. Yeah, I was in a chat with him in 5 Point, so just had to answer that text really quickly. Yeah, Craig had an interesting career. I did a few videos on him. Did a few videos on Craig. Interesting little quarterback. Very reminiscent of Phillip Rivers in many ways. I feel like if you put Rivers in, you put Craig in. Tommy Kramer is right here. That's Good Sports had like a video got copyright claimed by the NFL. So I'm just going to and he was texting me like how to get around, like how to solve the issue, and I said just wait until I get off the stream and I will write the thing for you. No, it's nothing against that. It's Good Sports. It's me helping out with him. It's me helping out. Jeff Mann in first, got that one wrong. Still in first though. Jay Wex in second. Ryan McGovern in third. It was Tommy Kramer on September 20th, 1986 against Green Bay. Final question of the round. Here we go. Question number 10 for the third spot in the final. Start a playoff game for multiple teams. Tommy Kramer, Dave Craig, Ken O'Brien, Phil Simms. Most purgatory QB, Carr. It's Carr. Most purgatory QB is Carr. Where do you think Jonathan Taylor will go? Washington. I think the Commanders take him. It's the one that makes the most sense. They don't really have a running back one. It's actually funny. Wait, before I do anything, I did this by pure coincidence, but I still have to hang. I'm hanging a few more jerseys in the office soon, and I do have, as one of the jerseys, I do have a Tommy Kramer autographed jersey. So just want to point that out. I do have Tommy Kramer and his autographed jersey that will be hanging in the office in just a bit. I thought that Ken O'Brien didn't play down in his rookie year. He played a bit. He did play a bit. Oh, no, you're right. You're right. You're right. Oh, he did not play. He did not play down his rookie year. He did not play down. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Yeah, Dave Craig's right here. Here's what I'm going to do. Because of that, I'm going to... I didn't catch that. I did not catch that. So here's what I'm going to do. Anyone within 15,000 of the... Because that's the max you can get. Anyone within 15,000 of the leader also is going to make it in. That's what I'm going to do. Dave Craig is the right answer here, though. All right, J-Wex, Jeff Mann. So anyone within 15,000... Ryan McGovern also. So I'm going to put all three of you into the final because that was an error on my end. 15,000 is the max you can get on a question. So that's what I'm going to do. So my apologies for that error. I totally did not catch that. Brian threw 5. He threw 5. You're right on the threshold. Right on the threshold with negative 75,000. All right, so I'm going to put all three of you in. My apologies for that. I didn't catch that. So O'Brien, the first season he played, he started games, but that was 84, not 83. So my apologies there. So I'm going to put all three of you in because that was an error on my end, and I didn't catch whether it was the right question or not. So I'm putting all three of you in. My apologies for that, but that will fix the issue at least. So J-Wex, Jeff, and Ryan Montgomery, you're all going in from that round. So with that being said, we're going to start the final round. Before we start this final round, just a quick note. I'm so grateful for your donation. Can't thank you guys enough for your support. But 5 minutes after the round, or 8 minutes after the round is done, the total prize pool, as well as who gets the fast pass into the final round, who gets to play in the knockout round, will close. I'll put a countdown clock when that time comes. When that clock hits triple zeros, whatever the amount of the pot is, will be half to the final round winner. And whoever is the leading donor, $20 or more, automatically advances. And if you donate less than $20, you get to play in the play knockout round, HK Trivia style, where the last one standing gets the final spot. If you do want to play in that knockout round, by the way, we have insurance options, so you donate between $1 and under $5, you don't get insurance. $5 to $19.99, you do get insurance. Audio is very low. All right, let me adjust the mic then. Just the gain just a little bit. All right, so $5 to $19.99, you get insurance. Basically, what that means is that you get the question wrong. Let's say two people get the question wrong. You have insurance, the other person doesn't. You're still good. You are good. All right, so with that being said, we're going to start this final round, a game that we have never played before. We have never played this game before. I'll be very interested to see how this goes. This game is called Seed Sets. How the game works is like this. I'm going to say a seed. I'm going to say the AFC team and the NFC team that had that seed. Your job is to tell me what season they were that seed in the playoffs. As an example, if I were to say 8 seed Cleveland Browns, Detroit Lions. You would say 1982. Obviously, that's the only season that there was an 8 seed. If I were to say 7 seed, Miami Dolphins, Seattle Seahawks, you would say 2022. Again, this is based on the season, not the year of the postseason. So, 2022 for this season, not 2023. So does everyone get how this game works? It's almost like sowing the seed in some ways. It's almost like sowing the seed. It's a combination of that and some of the other games we played. So not like for us, yep, from Annie. So again, I name the teams that were the seeds in the AFC and the NFC. You tell me what year it was. Does everyone get how this game works? Again, this will determine the final spot in the final. This will determine the final spot. Who goes to the championship round for free? Happy late birthday. Thank you so much. It was a fun one. Had some friends over last night. Got some work done during the day and afterwards, but it was a lot of fun. Cake was really good. Cake was really, really good. All right, so with that being said, yeah, that's what I said. Miami and Seattle were both 7 seeds. Yeah, that's what I said. 2022. All right. Yeah, thank you guys so much for the happy birthday wishes. Thank you so much. Yeah, 26. Big 2-6. Finally be 14. If I was doing this at 14, that'd be impressive. That'd be impressive. All right, let's do this. Good luck to everyone. Here we go. Question number 1. Name the season. The 4 seeds were the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Ravens. Was it 2017, 2018, 2019, or 2021? Again, click the right answer on your computer or your mobile device. Faster answer, more points you can receive or lose if you get it wrong. If you don't know, you can skip it. Sometimes skip it to us play. Have a good night, Mike and Neil. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope to see you next Wednesday. Also tomorrow, Hall of Fame game. We are officially back. Football is officially back in the NFL. Hall of Fame game, Jets and Browns. We will be live streaming the action. That'll be fun. We'll be doing a lot of preseason games as well before the start of the regular season. I got the Jets and Browns helmets that I will be putting in the background to do that. I can't believe it too. This offseason flew by. I think part of it was the XFL and the USFL. We did so many streams for that it never felt like there was a break. But 2018 was the right answer here. What channel is it on? JG9, the YouTube. It won't be on Twitch. It'll be on YouTube. I might simulcast on Twitch also. I might simulcast on Twitch. We'll see. I think it might be. Oh, the game itself, NBC. NBC. They always have it. Question 2. 4 seeds: Philadelphia Eagles, Miami Dolphins. 88, 89, 90, 91. Yeah, I'm excited for this stream. And thank you for the happy birthday wishes. Happy birthday. Yeah, I'm going to try and simulcast it. I never simulcasted a game stream before, but that was because it was on the old laptop. So this will be the first stream for a game in the new studio, which will be nice. I'll take these helmets out, I'll put Jets and Browns. I might even get some like vertical lights, and you can light them up different colors. I might do that. We'll see. Should be a fun game. Zach Wilson starting. 1990 was the right answer here. 1990. So the only part that stung my birthday yesterday was that U.S. women's team played like garbage. They tied, and then the Cardinals and the D-backs lost. So all my teams lost or didn't win. 5 seeds: Bengals, Cardinals, 2011, 12, 13, or 14. Fox had Hall of Fame 2 years ago. I think NBC's got this one. Let me just double check. I believe NBC has this one. It'll be nice. I got 4 monitors so we can watch a bunch of different things. But it'll be the Hall of Fame game. I do have the scoreboard, which will look really, really nice. An upgraded scoreboard. Is Colin Smith going to rave about Zach Wilson? Now here's a guy who used to be the guy, and now he's no longer the guy. 5 seeds. It was 2014. The only 1 year out of these cards made the playoffs. Yeah, 2014 cards, they got unlucky with QB injuries. When people say worst playoff team of all time, I mean, I don't count that. I mean, they got decimated with injuries. Question 4. 4 seeds: Oilers, Saints, 87, 88, 89, 91. Yeah, ever since he moved to Thursday, NBC's always had it. All right. So Coney or Slade went no hits allowed first inning. Not bad. I'll tell you, I've got high hopes for Slade. I got high hopes for him. 87, right answer here. 87. Yes, 2013 cards, 10 and 6. They should have made it. They should have made it. I would recommend using the font called Gotham. I think I've used Gotham. I recognize that font. Question 5. Here we go. 3 seeds. Chargers and Seahawks. 04, 05, 07, 08. What season were these the 3 seeds? I'll be very interested to see what the scores are at the halfway point of the round. I'll be very interested to see. We have a $5 from, I believe, RollTie99. I forget what your name is now. I think it's RollTie99. But thank you so much for that. That will increase the price pool to $47.50. It does get you insurance. And increases the price pool to $47.50. Again, $20 or more gets you into file automatically. Less than 20, you play in that knockout round. 5 to 19, you get insurance. 1 to under 5, you don't. Just keep that in mind. But thank you so much for the donation, RollTie99. 07 is the right answer here. 2007. It's funny, 04, the Chargers and Seahawks had the same seed as well, but it was the 4 seed, not the 3 seed. Let's see those scores at the halfway point. I have no clue what the scores are going to be like. All right, you know what? That's pretty good. Egganator in first, Doc Frazier in second, Scotty in third. You never know with the new game if it's going to be too easy in terms of the scores or too hard. You never know. That's a pretty good number. That's a pretty good number. Wait, what do you mean if the Cards close this one out? They were up like 7-0 last I checked. What do you mean if they close this out? Oh, it's 7-3. Okay. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Words I say before disaster. Oh, Marlins might tie this. 5 seeds. Broncos, Rams, 83, 84, 85, 86. Oh, he's going to be held up at third. All right, runners on the corners. Or runners at second and third. Oh, man. Good decision to hold him up. Good decision. Well, I don't know why you don't put a pinch runner there. Why would you not put a pinch runner on first? The guy's slow as molasses, but... All right. 5 seeds. What season were these the 5s? I like the new game. Interesting take on playoff scene tournament. Yeah, I want to introduce some new games, and I feel like this is a pretty good one. I feel like this is a good one. Right answer here. Yeah, Broncos missed the playoffs in 85 with a 10-6 record. Or 11-5 record, rather. 83 is the right answer here. 83 is the right answer here. Yeah, we introduced a new game last week. Try to introduce some new stuff to the lineup to keep things fresh, and it seems to be good. 3 seeds. Raiders and Eagles. 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. What year were these the champs? Lakers, Lions, Red Wings, Yankees. All right, so it wasn't any time recent. 55? 55. Yeah, 11 of the Broncos rookie year. Yeah. 01 is the right answer here. 01. What was the new game last week? The new game last week was... Let me just remember. First of the 4. So I would name a team, and I would name 4 consecutive seasons, and then you tell me what season they had the best record in. So if I were to say like Patriots 2005 to 08, 05, 06, 07, 08, which year they had the best record, you would say 2008. All right, 2007, I mean. 52. All right. Question number 8. 1 seeds. Chargers and Cowboys. 79, 80, 81, 82. '79, right answer here. 1979. Thoughts on the U.S. women's celebrating a tie? I thought it was embarrassing. I thought it was absolutely embarrassing. And for Alex Morgan to have the gall to say they were unlucky. No, you were not unlucky. Portugal was unlucky. They hit the post. You were not unlucky. You couldn't finish anything to save your life. You're celebrating after that. I mean, that's... We have a $5 from Michael Hodel. Thank you so much for that. Planning a family reunion. Hope you're well, brother. Just enjoying the stream. Look forward to tomorrow night. Thank you so much. Tomorrow night is going to be a lot of fun. The first preseason game in the new studio. All right, question number 9. 2 seeds, Steelers and Niners. 94, 95, 96, 97. Yeah, I think the U.S., I mean, look, they just played selfishly. There was no plan of attack. They couldn't string any passes together. Crosses were not coming in early enough. Couldn't finish anything to save their lives. Any 50-50 ball, Portugal was all on it. The center back tandem was the only thing. The center back tandem is the only thing working for the U.S. right now. It's the only thing. I think Carly Lloyd was 100% right. There is a fine line between cockiness and arrogance, and they have been the they've definitely done that. Maple Leafs, Warriors, Cardinals, Yankees. Yeah, 47. 95 is the right answer here. 95. Let's see those scores. 1 question to go. Eggenator in first. Doc Frazier in second. How high can Eggenator go? Scotty has a chance at 69-420, as does Bruce Honecker if you tank enough. Let's see what happens here. Final question of the round. Here we go. 2 seeds, Patriots, Niners. 11, 12, 13, 14. But the fact that you use 1 sub the first 90 minutes, you're playing that lethargic, that's insane. Cowboys, Rockets, Rangers, Blue Jays. Well, that would have to be 93. Wait, what? Wait. Oh, you're going based on the year, so 94. So 94. Yeah, 94. Will you use Sweeney? Oh, 100%. 100%. 2012 is the answer here. The only chance we have against Sweden is the defense has actually not been playing terribly. We're not going to score on Sweden. It's going to be nothing, go to PKs. That's our only chance. That's why I was confused, because there was no chance. So there wasn't there's not a right answer there. 2012 right answer here. Eggenator wins it. Doc Frazier. Oh, man. Oh, that was close. Oh, man, but Eggenator, congratulations. What a phenomenal round for you. First time we played that round, over 100,000 points. Eggenator with the win. Holy cow. So with that being said, we have BW Fox, Scotty, J-Wex, Jeff Van, Ryan McGovern, Eggenator, Base City Roller in the final right now. But we have room for a few more finalists. I'm going to put 8 minutes on the clock. This is the last call to donate and increase the prize pool for tonight's show. Again, as a reminder, $20 or more gets you into the final automatically. Less than $20, you play in the play and knock around HQ trivia style, where the last one standing gets the final spot. $5 to $19, you get insurance for that. $1 to under 5, you don't get insurance, which means you have to run the table on all the questions. If you are not going to donate, you are not a finalist, you are still more than willing to play and hang out and whatnot, you just will not be eligible to win the cash prize. The cash prize only goes to those who are eligible, who are in our final. So just something to keep in mind. With that being said, as a reminder, next Wednesday night, live NFL Trivia, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern. On top of that, we have the Hall of Fame game tomorrow night, 7:45. 8 minutes on the clock. Let's do this. Last call. Other than Jonathan Taylor, who will get traded next and where will they go? The Jags have a lot of running backs, and someone's going to be the odd man out. Either Dearness Johnson or Snoop Conner is going to be the odd man out. So I think they'll go for like a conditional pick. This is a contestant. I didn't know how I can change it. There should be a box when QuizKit pops up that says steer name on the leaderboard. Just click on that box and then click grant permission. In 47.50 in the pot. I forgot to do that. Do you think in 10 years Lambeau Field is the only stadium without a sponsor? Well, the Bears will get a sponsor with their new venue for sure, because you don't call it Soldier Field with the new venue. I would think so. I think Lambeau will be the only one. Try to think of any others. I can't think of any. It will be the only one. During the NFL season, if you were doing Monday Night Football streams, when are you doing Q&A? So the Q&A streams, what I'm going to do is going to be... And welcome to the Trivia Barber. Thank you for tuning in. What I'm going to do is what I did during the season. And that is, what's going to happen is we're going to do Sunday Night Football games. Then afterwards, I will do a Q&A stream during Sunday Night Football. Those are always fun. So after the game, after Sunday Night game is done, we'll do a stream for Sunday Night Football, and then we'll do the Monday Night streams. So that's what we'll do. And then Wednesday night, we'll do trivia. Thursday night, for the first half of the season at least, we will do the games. So it's going to be a lot of streams, but it should be a lot of fun, a lot of opportunities to interact with you guys. So yeah, so Sunday night Q&A streams after Sunday Night Football, but we will do Sunday Night Football streams during the season as well. So it should be fun. Should be fun. It's going to be exhausting, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. I cannot wait for it. Yeah, so other than Jonathan Taylor, I think either Dearness Johnson or Soup Connor is going to go. They'll get traded somewhere. I don't know where, but... Maybe the Giants, if it doesn't work out with James Robinson? Yeah, Browns and Moon, but I'm guessing first round drop. Yeah, I mean, the Browns will get a sponsor at some point. They will get a sponsor. And 5 minutes left on the clock. As things stand, 47.50 in the pot. Sunday Football is a reminder that you forgot to do your homework. No, that's not the reminder. The reminder is when you hear the 60 minutes clock. That's the reminder. The reminder is when you're on CBS and you hear the 60 minutes clock. The moment that Nance says, except on the West Coast, you know you're completely screwed. When I think of songs that hit number 2, Groove is in the Heart comes to mind. Songs hit number 2. The first one that comes to mind is Gangnam Style and Waiting for a Girl Like You. Those are the first two that come to mind. The date of the first trivia game I had, well, it used to be Tuesday nights. It was 2020. I think the first one was September 8th, 2020, I want to say. That sounds right. This is the 140th game of trivia we have played. Just NFL trivia. Not counting some other one-offs that we used to do. But this is the 140th game of NFL trivia that we have played. Which is crazy. And some of you guys have been here since day one, which is insane. Like, really, for the last 3 years, you guys have made this part of your tradition. Your Wednesday night routine. I can't thank you guys enough for that. You pour some sugar on me went number 2 as well. Aquasure staying back to Heinz Field. I mean, yes, Heinz Field is such a much better name. Other than Ohtani, which active player could reach 500? Stanton's not too far off, right? And Judge is not too far off. If there's a way to choose your preseason affiliate for every game if you stream it, I don't think there is. I don't think there is, unfortunately. You know, I was going to say, Grooves in the Heart was a number 4 song. I never remember that hitting number 2 back in 1990. What other song stole at number 2? Hands to Heaven by Breeze stole at number 2. Don't Start Now and Levitating by Dua Lipa stole at number 2. I'm not a soda guy. I don't have a favorite soda. I am not a soda guy. What NBA player could have realistic success in the NFL? I mean, LeBron, back in the day, would have been a very good tight end. World Series trivia in late October. Maybe not, probably not this year. Again, the thing with trivia is that it's really time-consuming to do and make the questions. Upside Down hit number 1? I thought Upside Down hit number 1. But maybe I'm thinking... There's no way Upside Down. Did Upside Down really not hit number 1? I could have swore it hit number 1. It's really just, I need to hire a team. That's what I need to do. I need to hire a team that would help out with the trivia and whatnot. Yeah, Upside Down hit number 1. I knew it. Number 2 in the UK, but number 1 in the US. I knew it. I knew it hit number 1. It hit number 1 for a while, too. I knew it hit number 1. I know my Billboard trivia. I know, like, I'm very good with Billboard. What season did the Niners not have their final home game be a Monday Night Football contest? Ooh. Well, 93 was Niners-Eagles. 93 was Niners-Eagles. So, wasn't that. I think 91 they were out of the playoffs, but I think they still have to play on Monday night. I think 92. I think it was 92. I think it was 92. Let's see. Would Tannehill make the Hall of Fame if he stayed as a receiver? No. No, absolutely not. There's a reason he switched. There's a reason he switched. 94, that's the right answer. That's a good question. That's a good question. I was thinking 95 at first too, because 95 you had the Cowboys-Cardinals game in the season. 8-7 Phillies, this game might make my heart stop. Yeah, I want you guys to split. I want Phillies-Marlins to just split. So I'm rooting for the Marlins this game. Yeah, no, because look at my username. Yep. I figured. If any NFL player has been arrested for an injury on the field, never happened. Never happened before. If Tannehill's Hall of Famer is one of Duck Zach Wilson. No, he's not a Hall of Famer. He asked on YouTube, he asked if Tannehill stayed as a wide receiver, would he be in the Hall of Fame? No. College football playoff, who makes it this year? I like Tennessee's quarterback situation. I like Bama. Just never bet against Bama. Georgia, I just don't know the QB situation there. I'm going to go Ohio State. I'm going to go Bama. I'm going to go Tennessee. And I'm going to go with USC. I think Caleb Williams. Cowboys played their first game at Texas A&M against what AFC team? Jets, Dolphins, Pats, Bills. Dolphins, they played on Thanksgiving one year. So I'm going to say the Dolphins. I think it was the Dolphins. Because they played them on Thanksgiving. I think it was the first time the Cowboys ever lost a game on Thanksgiving. What kind of NFL player injury on the field warrant an arrest? Something like not in the scope of the NFL, not in the scope of football, not an inherent risk of the sport. Like, it would have to take, let's say, a player just decking a coach. It would be a player decking a coach after the play, like just running to the opposing sideline and just picking up the coach and just body slamming him to the ground. Something like that. New England in 71, wow. That's a good question. That's a good question. I did not know that. That's a good question. All right. With that being said, Roll Tide 99 in the final. Thank you so much for that. 47.50 in the pot as we're going to start the final round. Player that can have realistic success. Oh, what NFL player could have realistic success? Oh, I did the other way. What NBA player could have realistic success in the NFL? Probably one of those tight ends that play basketball. There's so many of them. I think David Njoku probably. All right. So where am I going? Here we go. Roll Tide 99 in the final by virtue of being the donor. So congratulations to you. Thank you so much for that. 47.50 is what we're playing for. It's going to be 45 once PayPal takes its cut. Yeah, knock around. That's what I meant. So BW Falk, Scotty, Jwix. Let's see if I remember this off the top of my head. Okay, so let me see if I remember this off the top of my head. BW Falk, Chefman, Jwix, Ryan McGovern. I know I'm forgetting someone. I'll put you in. Eganator, Bay City Roller, Roll Tide 99, and I know I'm forgetting someone. And I'm forgetting Scotty from round 2. There we go. All right. So with that being said, again, the prize pool is $47.50. Again, 45 once PayPal takes its cut. This final round, and again, anyone can play this one. Anyone can play this round. You just won't be eligible to win the cash prize unless you are one of the finalists. This final round is called 4th and Goal. How it works, it's just like opening kickoff. 10 questions on anything having to do with NFL history. You guys know the drill. Yeah, the new tree video is really good. We'll just load up this quiz thing. And again, we're doing this next Wednesday night. And we are also doing this. We have live stream for the Hall of Fame game for tomorrow. In less than 24 hours. Football is officially back. Favorite water brand? I like Poland Spring. I'm really, really high on Poland Spring on the East Coast. They don't make Poland Spring out here, but I'm really high on Arrowhead. Arrowhead water is phenomenal. I think it's... is it the same company as Poland Spring? I don't know if it's the same company, because Poland Spring is East Coast. They don't make it here in Arizona. West Coast, Arrowhead. Easily, Arrowhead. All right. Let's do this. Good luck to everyone, especially our 8 finalists. And here we go. Question number 1. Let's do it. Of the 4 losers in the 2002 wildcard round, what was the only one that failed to score a touchdown? Packers, Giants, Colts, or Browns? And again, much like I do for all my videos, I will be adjusting the helmets for tomorrow, so you see Jets and Browns helmets in the background, which will be really cool. I've got quite a few that I can put in there. All autographed. All autographed. All right, the right answer here is the Colts. Did not score a touchdown in that game. 41-0 loss to the Jets. All right. Question number 2. Yeah, Browns and Giants. That Sunday was fun. Saturday not so much, but the Saturday was fun. 4-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle Trevor Bryce played for 3 teams in his career. Who's the odd one out? Raiders, Jets, Ravens, Broncos. The video on the 2011 Vikings Broncos broadcasting controversy turned out great. Thank you so much. That was a Patreon request video that you sent in. Anyone that donates $50 or more on Patreon, you get a bunch of perks, including the ability to request future video topics for me to cover. And that was one. Yeah, that was a fun video to do. I've known about that broadcasting controversy for a while. I didn't realize how deep it went, though, because I was just in high school at the time. I didn't realize how deep it went until I really dove into it, and that was a lot of fun to do. I was like, yeah, it actually made sense why that was the game that got flexed. All right. Raiders, right answer here. Never played for the Raiders. Baker Mayfield, underrated. I would say so. I mean, he was decent last year with the Rams. I think he's a bit underrated in some sense. Be a top 25 QB, I think. He could be. Of the 4 teams currently in the AFC East, what's the only one to never play a playoff game at Cleveland? Jets, Dolphins, Patriots, or Bills? Only teams to never go to Cleveland and play a playoff game. As it's 8-7. Phillies going into the bottom of the 11th after that ground ball out. One of the protocol is for any NFL announcer today who is drunk on the job, fired on the spot. CW has inside the NFL now. That's awesome. It's not behind a paywall anymore. That's awesome. Dolphins, right answer here. The Bills played a playoff game in Cleveland. It was the 89 divisional. The Ronnie Harmon drop. It was the Ronnie Harmon drop. Most overrated QB, I think Cousins. Cousins and Prescott, I think. Question number 4. Most underrated, I'd say Tannehill. I'd say Tannehill's most underrated. I'm still saying Cousins over Tannehill, but Cousins is a bit overrated. Tannehill is very underrated. Head coach Steve Mariucci lost in the playoffs to 3 teams. Who's the odd one out? Falcons, Vikings, Bucks, Packers. I would also say, and this is going to sound like sacrilegious, it's going to sound terrible, the people that have Trevor Lawrence ahead of Josh Allen and Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert and those guys right now, I mean, yeah, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. Not yet. Not yet. There's some people that I see that have Lawrence as the number 2 QB behind Mahomes. I'm like, let's pump the brakes just a tad there. For those that have him at number 2, overrated in that regard. Vikings, right answer here. Vikings are the right answer here. Lost to the Falcons in the 98 divisional. Lost to the Bucks led to a firing and a dumb decisions video. It did. Yes, it did. Question number 5. What was the only team to shut out multiple opponents during the 1990 season? Buffalo, Chicago, Washington, or New York? Well, I've seen Trevor at 3. I've seen Trevor at 3 on a few. Where it's like they'll either put Allen at 2 and then Trevor had a Burrow, or Burrow at 2 and they'll put him ahead of Allen and Herbert and whatnot. Like, I'm not crazy about that. I'm not crazy at all about that. Hey, Sacconi's doing well. 40 pitches? I don't think he's allowed to hit yet. Sacconi's doing all right for his debut. Bills are the right answer here. They shut out Cleveland and they shut out New England. Halfway point. Let's see those scores. See what we're working with here. It is BW Falcon first, Scotty in second, Jay Wex in third, Ryan McGovern in fourth. It is a close game. They did put 51 the Raiders in the playoffs. 51-3. Question number 6. Question number 6. The Lions drafted 3 Pro Bowlers at the 1967 NFL Draft. They had a very good draft that year. Who's the odd one out? Mel Farr, Paul Newmoff, Charlie Sanders, or Len Barney? Your early 90s Pats were a dumpster fire. My favorite story with that was Dick McPherson not knowing the score of the game and making a decision based on that. Will the Commanders change their name again? Yeah, I think so. I think they'll change it to like the Red Wolves or something like that. Red Tails, something like that. Charlie Sanders is the right answer here. Charlie Sanders was drafted in 1968. Everyone made a Pro Bowl, but Sanders was drafted 1 year later. Drew Waters is someone for the Royals. Looks like they're going to beat the Mets. Mets are just in free fall right now after selling everyone. Question number 7. Of the 4 teams that he played for, which one did 3-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle Al Baker make the most Pro Bowls with? Lions, Vikings, Browns, or Cardinals? Cubs are pouring on the Reds. Cubs are playing red-hot baseball right now. They're making a sneaky push for the NL Central and for the wild card. All right, let's see. 3 of these songs hit as high as number 2 on the Hot 100. All right. Who's the odd one out? All right. I know this. I can do this. Rubber Man, Gloria, West End Girls, or Levitating? Levitating definitely hit number 2. West End Girls hit number 2. Lions are the right answer here. Lions are the right answer here. He made all of his Pro Bowls with the Lions. So it's really either A or B, because I know it's not West End Girls. I know it's not Levitating. I don't think Gloria hit top 2. I think Gloria stalled at 5. I don't remember Laura Branigan hitting 2 with Gloria. So I'm going to say Gloria. I know it's not C or D. I know that for a fact. Question number 8. I'm good with Billboard trivia, though. Of the 10 seasons that the AFL existed, how many did the league have an odd number of teams? 0, 1, 2, or 3? I'm trying to remember if Rubberman Band hit, but I'm not confident, but I don't think Gloria. I'm not even sure Brannigan hit number 1 with anything. I don't think Laura Brannigan ever had a number 1 song. I mean, I'm supposed to Without You got number 1 in 1990, but it was Michael Bolton. 2 is the right answer here. I think it's Gloria. Now I need to know the answer. I know it's not C or D. Where does Trevor Lawrence rank? In that 4 to 6 range. I have him in the 4 to 6 range. The year's 1966, 1967 when the Dolphins. They had 9 teams. All right, let's see those scores. 2 questions to go. It's an 0-2 count, 8-7 ball game. Scotty is now in first. Vito Falcon second. J-Wex in third. Here we go. 2 questions left. Yeah, Bengals joined in 68. That made it 10. Question number 9. In the Super Bowl era, 3 receivers have had over 300 yards receiving in a single game. Who's the odd one out? Flipper Anderson, Calvin Johnson, Stephon Page, or Julio Jones? It was West End Girls. It hit number 1. I knew it hit number 2. I didn't realize it hit number 1. What song am I thinking of? I think I'm thinking of Always on My Mind by Pet Shop Boys. That hit number 2. There was one Pet Shop Boys song that stole at number 2, I think. I think I might have got that one confused. It's a good question, though. All right, the right answer here. Julio hit exactly 300. He never had over 300. Better Turtle song Rosanna or Hold the Line? Oh, man, that's tough. That is tough. Marlins tie it up. Holy cow. Oh, they were down to their last strike. Wow. I would say Rosanna. That is tough, though. That's like picking your favorite child. Scotty in first. Speedy Falcon second. It's a 2-horse race. Here we go. Oh, no. I'm taking both over 99. Here we go. Final question. For the cash prize of $45 after PayPal. Of the 4 teams that he played for, what's the only one that Pro Bowl quarterback Dan Pastorini did not start a game with? Rams, Oilers, Eagles, Raiders. Who makes the playoffs this year? Every team? Wow, that's tough. Buffalo, Jacksonville, Cincy, KC, Chargers, Dolphins, Titans. NFC, let me reveal the question first. Eagles are the right answer here. NFC, we'll go Eagles. We'll go with the Panthers. We'll go with the Lions. We'll go with the Niners. We're going to go with the Cowboys. We're going to go with the... oh, man. That's tough after that. That is tough after that. That's brutal after that. We're going to go with the... I'm not crazy about it, but we're going to go with the Packers, and we're going to go with the Vikings. Scotty takes the win! 52,000 points! Scotty is the winner of tonight's game of JG9 Live. Welcome with tonight's grand prize of $4,750. Again, 45 once PayPal takes us cut. I'll let you know as soon as the stream is done, but that concludes tonight's game, everyone. I hope you guys had fun playing and chat with me over the last 90 or so minutes. Whether this is your first time watching me or whether you've been a long-time subscriber on my YouTube channel, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support. If you want to learn more about NFL history, then join my channel by clicking the link below. Don't forget to follow me at JaguarGator9 on Twitter. Don't forget to follow me, JaguarGator8 for college football content coming soon, JaguarGator7 coming soon for MLB content. And tomorrow we have the Hall of Fame game live stream, 7:45 Eastern. Cannot wait for that. See you guys next Wednesday night for some live NFL trivia at 9 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been a fun stream as always. Until next time, this is JaguarGator9 signing off. Have a great rest of your night, everyone, and enjoy tomorrow's Hall of Fame game. I will be live streaming that.